Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Morning.
Today is a very special day for all of us, for me perhaps more, because I see so many young faces here. That was my dream, and I've kept on telling this from day one until now, and I'm really very much encouraged and pleased to see so many young people who are giving energy to us. However, during the speeches, even during the speech delivered by our EU Minister Egemen Bağış, I haven't seen the strength of the applause that this meeting deserves. So I want you to join me in giving a big, big hand to our efforts. And thank you for that. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers. I don't want to name names because there is a long list of names, starting from our leader from West Coast, Ergun Kırlıkovalı, and my dear friends, of course, from Washington, D.C., where is Günay? Günay is there. Okay, I'm sorry. Because he's just one time here, one time there, and anyway, Günay and many others, and also the incoming president, Mehmet Çelebi. They are the warriors of this really quite tough game. The title of this panel, ladies and gentlemen, rather catchy, and perhaps sometimes somewhat intimidating. The title is Global Trends at the Dawn of the 21st Century. Well, I assume next year we'll be talking about theoretical physics, perhaps. And in this context, I have one good news and one bad news for you. The bad news is that we, as diplomats, are rarely any good at understanding, let alone discussing the theory of international relations. Indeed, we are the practitioners of the art of diplomacy, but are always ready to pretend that we know a lot on any subject. The good news is that I'm ready to talk about the global trends today, and will be more than happy to discuss the physics next year. Dear friends, the world is changing at pace, and the most important transformations are taking place in Turkey's near vicinity. I'm not just referring to the political and social cultural changes that are shaking the Middle East and North Africa, but also the economic crisis and other sources of instability to our west and on our periphery. As such, for a Turkish diplomat, there is literally never a dull moment. I believe same is true for a foreign diplomat who has an expertise on Turkey, like my dear friend Frank. Today, I would like to share with you my observations about the developments in current global order and how Turkish-American alliance brings about real changes in this new setting. the global system is being reconstructed by three structural developments. First, we are witnessing the emergence of new centers of power. The bipolar and unipolar structure of world affairs is now replaced by a much more complex tapestry of forces, alliances, and issues. Across politics, economics, culture, and military strength, a new group of countries have growing influence over the future of the world. Today, global powers have to take into account the expectations and interests of these new powers. Cooperation with these regional actors is now key to the solution of many global issues. The second change in progress that will have its permanent imprint on the global order is the new wave of democratization. As the recent developments in the Middle East attest, democracy is increasingly becoming the most attractive game in town. Indeed, as we in Turkey and you here in the US strongly believe, it is the only form of government that provides the decision makers with the much needed legitimacy and public support. Authoritarian regimes cannot, in the long run, survive the demands for dignity, freedom, and human rights. On the other hand, in this age of global interaction, the international community cannot be idle bystanders as dictators attempt to suppress the rightful demands of people through most cruel methods. Hence, the new wave of democratization has changed the global order in an irreversible way. We all are connected and have responsibilities towards each other. The third new driver of the changing global order is the emergence of asymmetrical security threats. Today, the world community is faced with challenges including international terrorism, extremism, ethnic and sectarian conflicts, proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, climate change, and extreme poverty. This changing security environment requires more cooperation and interaction between all nations. The dictum, one for all for one, had never been so accurate. How does Turkish-American alliance fit into this picture? Let's look into that. I'm proud to underline that the Turkish-American relations rightly deserves to be named as model partnership. This is an alliance between a global and a regional power that share the values of democracy and freedom. This is a partnership between two nations that are determined to face the global challenges through cooperation. Our relations can best be summarized by four basic features. First of all, the two countries trust each other. Over the years, we have constructed an experience of cooperation, and our partnership relies on this culture of mutual confidence. Secondly, Turkey and the US share a common vision: the promotion of peace, democracy, freedom, and prosperity. We both have powerful and functioning market economies. Our alliance in NATO gives us further solid ground and concrete framework to proceed and cooperate in difficult times. The translation of this shared vision into common efforts constitutes the third pillar of our relationship.